It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather around. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for our 38th season, America's longest running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. Tell your friends they still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday night. We're having a ball already. We are outside and loving it here in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. It's the Cellar in Oak Creek where we're hanging out here tonight. The Cellar is here. Oak Creek is here, and Oak Creek Automotive is sponsoring a big night. We have over 10 or 11 race cars, 4 or 5 classic cars, and you got to see the Bad Apple. It's a very cool, one-of-a-kind car here as well. We're having a ball already. Again, we mentioned this is the show called the Racing Roundup Show. We're talking racing and a whole lot more. Here on the June 7th edition of the Racing Roundup Show, we're at the Cellar in Oak Creek. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We're outside. There's a big tent you can sit underneath. There's some heaters going if you're a little chilly. We're going to have a ball, and we encourage you to come down. Great giveaways. Thanks to Napa and Federated Car Care and Oak Creek Automotive for giving us a bunch of prizes tonight. I'll tell you about the other prizes that are going to be given away this evening as well. The address of the Oak Creek location we're at tonight at the Cellar Pub and Grill is 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. That's the first main street south of Ryan Road past the airport if you're coming from the north in the Milwaukee area. If you're coming from the south, still get off at Ryan Road. Listen for the train. There it is. You hear it? Yeah, here we go, baby. Here we go. We're having a lot of fun. There's a bunch of Oak Creek Automotive sponsored race cars here. We'll talk to a bunch of the drivers that could drive those cars throughout the area and upper Midwest. Tonight is Mexican night at the Cellar. Enjoy homemade fajitas, tacos, quesadillas, and more. I've had their pizza. They make the dough here from scratch. The pizza dough is amazing. The pizza is wonderful. Full menu is also available tonight as well. Tonight on the show, we have Bobby Goodnecht and his racing nephew Ryan with Oak Creek Automotive. We'll talk to Taylor, who's here with the Cellar. Her family owns the business. Find out more about the Cellar when we're not here if you're not able to join us tonight. We encourage you to come down anytime you possibly can. We're also talking to as many short track racers on the show as we can get on, all sponsored by Oak Creek Automotive. We'll preview the huge IndyCar weekend at Road America with aspiring Wisconsin IndyCar driver Yuvan Sundaramurthy, who races for Oconomowoc-based Pabst Racing in an Indy Pro 2000. He's racing 2 races this weekend. It's a double-point weekend for him at Road America in Elkhart Lake. And Jackson David's in the house. We'll learn more about this Saturday's Brew City Banger drifting event in Milwaukee. Entertainer T-Pain is laying down some runs in his high-horsepower RTR Mustang as well. That information's on the way. We'd also like to thank Wilmot Raceway on the Kenosha County Fairgrounds and Autotrans Design in Germantown for their support of the Racing Roundup Show all season long. Support these racing families and their businesses. The Wilmot Raceway is run by a bunch of great families dedicated to putting on the racing program. For more information on their great racetrack and services, click on our company logos on their website, racingroundupshow.com. We're live with another D'Angelo's Construction Road Show tonight, presented by Oak Creek Automotive at the Cellar, 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We're talking to Bobby G next on the show. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive, 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive. ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park is Flagstone Towing and Recovery Night. 6 divisions wait for you: the UMA Pro Late Models, the Modifieds, the Bandits, and those crazy 6-shooters. Plus, for the first night, the High School Racing Association and the Milwaukee Stock Car Racing Association Vintage Modifieds. Gates open at 3, qualifying at 4:30, racing at 6. Get your tickets online now at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of I-90-94 at exit 85, just off Highway 12. Dell's Raceway Park, we're the best in the Midwest race.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. For 38 years, your home for all things motorsports in Wisconsin. Can't thank you enough for being here tonight. We're at the Cellar, 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. This is the DeAngelis Construction Road Show presented by Oak Creek Automotive. And if you're looking to sell or buy a home or commercial property, choose Matt Rapina, Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and confidence and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with Matt Rapina. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Visit mattrapina.com, mattrapina.com. Giveaways tonight, including bottles of Anderson's maple syrup. 2 Slinger tickets, thank you, Lynn, any Sunday night. Interstate Batteries racing calendars and LED flashlight keychains. Lots of prizes from Oak Creek Automotive. Portable lights, tools, portable phone chargers. There's hats. There's lots of cool stuff. There's some really cool gasoline signs and wall signs. Thank you, Bobby, for that. We have racing T-shirts from a lot of race teams here. Jeff Storm, Pagan Ellingson. They brought shirts down. Bobby Gutneck's had a couple of shirts in different sizes for Gutneck and Oak Creek Automotive. 2 pole positions hats from Uven Racing. Yeah, Uven won a couple of poles, and he's got the hats here to prove it. He's going to give those away tonight on the show before he races this weekend at Road America in Indy Pro 2000. We have a couple of guys on the show we want to say thank you to. One big one is Bobby Gutneck. How would I say it for Bobby G? Bobby Gutneck from Oak Creek Automotive. And Ryan Gutneck, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's cool, Ryan, because we're sitting here. Your car is sitting out under the shade, all shined up, and it's sitting pretty stout on the racetrack, too. A win and a second place this year already at Slinger.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good year so far. We did have one DNF. The ignition box decided it wanted to stop working that night, so that kind of sucked. But it's been an awesome car all year. We haven't really had to adjust much. It was good right out of the box, and it's nice when you're not working your butts off at the track, and you can do it in the shop and come to the track prepared, so it's great.
And Oak Creek Automotive, one of your big sponsors. Bobby G happens to own it now. 32 years in business, Bobby?
34.
34. I get it wrong every year. That's why I keep guessing, because I'm not that smart. 34 years in business on 27th and Drexel. You are sponsoring each and every one of these race cars out here, and the folks are coming out in big numbers again tonight. Thank you for that. How fulfilling is it for you to have all these sponsors and sponsored cars and race teams turn out tonight and represent you all season long at their tracks?
Well, I'm very happy that most of the people that I sponsored, something I couldn't make it tonight, and I understand that, but I got a lot of good guys or guys and girls, I should say, that we sponsor, and they all do a good job at what they do, and every kind of different kind of car. I don't just stay on the asphalt. I mean, I got dirt cars and asphalt cars, and even some go-karts.
Yeah, you do, and you got a bandolier out here with Pagan Ellingson. You've got. I'm supposed to ask you about one bad apple. That's on display here. Do I call it a car? Do I call it a truck? Do I call it a wagon?
I'm not sure what you want to call it, but that actually happened right here. I don't know how many years ago.
At the Cellar.
Mark Honadell, we're sitting here one night. We met down here, and we drew it up on a napkin inside there, and drew something up that he wanted to make. And we went up to Hilltop Auto Records, one of our sponsors, and got an S10 pickup truck, and just started making something. Just kept playing with it until we figured out what we wanted. We even put a V8 motor in the thing.
So it's a one of a kind.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing like that out there.
So how many different cars or trucks you think are in that as it rolls down the road or in parades?
Well, it's basically 2 trucks. We actually, me and Sandy, we went up to Hilltop and got the chuck and the chassis part of it, And then I had bought a truck from a customer that was trashed. It had a V8 motor in it. So we took the V8 and the tranny out of that and got a drive shaft made. And so it's pretty much an S10 with a C15 truck in it, motor.
Cool. Ryan, it must sound just like your race car. It's got a few parts from a few different places, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to this car, though, Ryan, let's get to your race car and how good it is and how good the competition is. And Pro Late Models is the new category name for what you've been racing and winning championships at Slinger. You got to be on your game. These guys are coming pretty strong this year, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, every week it's Tom Behrens, myself, Jeff Holtz, Zach Prunty. He hasn't won a race yet. He hasn't had a fast time yet, but he's so close. I mean, he's right there. He's just got a couple bugs to work out, and he'll get one. And, you know, we're getting longer races this year without having the supers there, so which is nice, but it allows all the cream to come to the top. You know, you get more laps, and it gets more time for guys to get up there. And we put on a pretty good show. And me and Jeff Holtz, a couple weeks ago, he won it. I finished second. I drove through the entire field to get up to second, and me and him battled felt like forever. It was probably about 20 laps. We battled back and forth, and I ended up getting damaged from a lap car that had spun trying to get out of our way. But, man, it was just a blast and put on a great show for the fans. And I mean, that's what we're there for, you know, it's for the fans.
You got rained out last week, so what'd you end up doing? You built the Weston wagon, didn't you?
Yeah. Your brother helped me out with that. It was good seeing him. He's kind of bumming having to stay at home with his accident. And
so imagine a radio flyer wagon on some cool drop-down sled-like atmosphere.
Yeah.
You built a new frame for it.
Absolutely.
It's still a red radio flyer wagon, right?
Yep. Yeah. I had Burnside. All they did was clear coat it so that it could keep the patina. It's like a 35-year-old wagon, and then we built the chassis for it. Camtech Tools, one of my sponsors, is owned by my crew chief. So me and him sat down, measured it up, and we designed this cross member. It's all billet aluminum. The thing is slick, and I can't wait to have Weston rolling around the racetrack with it.
It's got a handle on there, but it's so low to the ground. I'm guessing that, you know, you got to and I'm sure the wheels are like go-kart wheels, right?
Yeah, they're go-kart wheels. Wayne Majeski helped me out with the go-kart wheels and tires, and it's definitely a pavement princess. You don't drag that thing through the gravel or on the grass, but it looks cool.
So Weston is going to go about 15 miles an hour the first time he's in it by himself.
Yeah, probably. We're going to keep him away from the hills.
How old is he now?
He'll be a year next week, Wednesday.
Why not? 1 year old. Why not? Let's get him in that wagon. Let's go down the hills. Let's go down to New Berlin. Do some stuff. When it comes to racing, Bobby, you've been at this a long time. Your nephew Ryan is racing, I think, because of you and your brother George and all you guys got to do together. But you're still racing. You're not done yet. How much fun are you going to have when you get a chance to get on the track with all this stuff you have going on?
Yeah, I'm not done yet. I'm going to try to get some stuff put together. I got a lot going on. I've been all over the world here lately, and I'm going to try to set something around July. Try to come back out in July. I got a couple graduations I got to take care of and some other stuff to do in June, but hopefully July I get back and do some more driving.
And Bobby, what are you going to spend your time doing? You got all these cars to go and root for. Are you going on the racetrack every weekend? You got other stuff going?
I went to the Slinger Opener, and that's it. It's bad, but I'm from Phoenix to West Palm Beach, South Africa, so I haven't really seen any races. I was all ready to go Sunday, and then, of course, it rained out. So this weekend, for sure, I'm going to hit some dirt show on Saturday night and Slinger on Sunday.
So last Tuesday, you arrived from South Africa, worked in the shop, and came to our show last Tuesday at Paulie's.
Correct.
How much fun is that going to different places and experiencing all the things you get to do in Alaska with the fishing and now South Africa hunting?
Oh, it's a great time. I'm trying to go back to Africa back in the end of July, August now because I found out that the guy that's running is not going up there, so I'm going to try to do it. And that's one of the reasons I might not start racing yet then either. But going to South Africa, it was my second time. I went last year, I met the people, and then go back again this year. And they already got me signed up ready for next May. They already got everything figured out, the days, what I'm going to shoot for, and it's just a blast out there. We got to go shark fishing. Didn't get any sharks, but it's a whole way different of fishing than I ever went. But cool deal. It was really amazing to do that, and they get to meet the people there. And I mean, they already call me one of their own people over there now.
Sounds like a lot of fun, and you have a lot of fun, but you work hard to play hard, Bobby. And you love this place. The Cellar is your friend Bill and Shirley's business.
Yep.
What do you enjoy about it? Not just because it's close to home, but it's a really cool hangout place, isn't it?
Well, the bar, he's done so much to the bar. I've been hanging around here since 75 or something like that. I've been through three different owners, and Bill's a couple years younger than me, but I kind of know him through all school, and so he's really made this thing better. He put an addition on, redid the bathrooms, and now he put this outside bar in, which is just, he should have done this 10 years ago, but it's fun to come to. Plus, I was born and raised here, so when I come here, like when the first time I brought Sandy here, and I come in and say, hey, Bobby, she goes, what are you, the mayor here or what? So I just know all the people here. I live out in New Berlin, but I spend all my time here. It's more fun.
Hang tight. We have one of our staffers here at the cellar joining us. Her mom and dad happen to be Bill and Shirley, who own the place. Taylor, welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for letting us in on your backyard. This is fun to have you on.
Thank you. It's fun to be here.
So your dad said you're it. You're going to tell us how cool the cellar is. I know you guys have a lot going on every night of the week. Tonight is Mexican night. What else goes on here at the cellar?
Well, on Thursdays we do a beer garden. We feature 4 different beers from different breweries all around the United States. And you can get a flight of beer or a pint of beer, and it attracts a lot of the craft beer drinkers. For Thursday nights. Friday nights we have amazing fish fries and also other amazing dinner specials such as steaks, salmon, scallops, and everything's homemade, so it's pretty awesome.
How many days a week are you guys open?
7 days a week.
All right. Lunch every day?
Lunch is available on Thursday, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, but we will be starting lunch on June 15th every other day of the week.
Cool. Now, I've been in the cellar. I've eaten here. I've had the homemade pizza. It was awesome. I also noticed there's a bunch of Gentleman Jack stuff in the hallways. Gentleman Jack's out here in the lot. He's out here by the reflection pond, hanging out, standing on top of a barrel. What's the deal with Gentleman Jack Daniels?
Well, we happen to be the number 3 seller of Gentleman Jack in the world and number 1 in the nation, which is pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you might be like on a map saying, if I want to go to every Gentleman Jack bar that's cool, you guys are like number 1.
Yeah, pretty much in the United States we're number 1. Yes.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
kind of impressive.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was that famous of a place here in Oak Creek, but now we know.
Yeah, it's awesome.
When it comes, go ahead, Bob.
You gotta stop here at Christmas time and see their Christmas tree.
It's Christmas time.
Christmas
Yes.
tree is made out of Jack Daniel bottles.
Gentleman Jack bottles, we build a huge tree with Christmas lights, and it's such an awesome sight to see around the holidays.
So if you're watching our show right now on RacingRoundupShow.com or you're watching it later on, I want to tell you we are sitting in a permanent structure. These walls behind us are on remote control. They go up and down depending on the weather. I was here for a fish fry with Bobby and Sandy about a month and a half ago. The weather was not cooperative, but we sat right about where I'm sitting now. There was heat going in here. The doors are separated there, so you can walk in, walk out. You've got year-round availability here on this patio. What do you guys host here? This big tent is here from, I think, a wedding your dad told me, right?
Yeah, we have multiple golf outings here, weddings, baby showers, celebrations of life, and we usually put up a tent depending on the weather, but we try to put up a tent most of the summer just to avoid any bad weather that would come through, but the pavilion's awesome. You can sit in here whenever, no matter the weather, so it makes it awesome.
Now, Taylor, I know you're busy, your dad's busy, your mom's busy. She's at her grandson's first baseball game tonight, which is awesome.
Yes, yep.
Do you guys ever get a chance to meditate at the reflection pond over here?
No, we're way too busy for that.
I kind of figured. And how often does the lawn get used to display really cool race cars like we see tonight? Is this a special occasion?
Special occasion.
All right, there we
yeah,
go.
Special occasion.
There we go. Where can people find out more about the cellar online?
So we do have an Instagram account. It's Cellar on Oakwood. We also have a Facebook page and then our website. Our website probably has most of our information with updated menu items, events going on, just all sorts of things. And it also previews like a video of a tour of the whole place too.
You should check it out. If you can't be here in person tonight, I encourage you every day of the week. Lunch on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be a place to stop. Taylor, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
She's serving people in the tent, so thank you for your patience. There's a lot of people here, a lot of racers here. And thank you, Taylor. We'll let you go now.
Thank you.
I want to get back to the Gutneck guys because I'm telling you, this is exciting, Bobby.
Sure is.
You said I'm going to have some people over, Bill. And what do you think Bill thinks of this place now that we got a full up back here?
Yeah, he's really excited. I think he went with Shirley to the game, so I haven't seen him. He was going around taking some pictures. He can't believe all the race cars and how many different kind of race cars that I sponsor. And so he's getting a little more interested in maybe doing some sponsorships and helping out with some other people too.
Ryan, who else is on your race car besides Oak Creek Automotive to help support your deal and going for another championship at Slinger Super Speedway?
Yeah, IBW 494 came on again this year. That's been huge for us the last couple of years. Great guys. Camtech Tool, Barricade Flasher, Barker's Reconditioning, Obermeyer 41, Bob Tradle Sign Writers. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Wagner Automotive. They've been great since I started racing late models. Can't thank them enough. And I can't thank my guys. I mean, with having Weston and being a year old, it's a lot of work, and my guys always make sure the car's ready to go for me. And like I said, it's been awesome right out of the box all year, so I can't thank them enough for giving me a good piece right away.
And Michelle's here somewhere, right? Weston's
Absolutely.
here too. Awesome. It's great to see you guys here. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Bobby Goodneck, everybody, give him a hand. We got a lot of drivers to talk to tonight. Thanks to Bobby G's involvement. Thank you for your support. Thanks for coming out here tonight, guys. Really appreciate it. We have Ryan Goodneck's late model from Slinger. We have Mark Honadell's One Bad Apple. Darren Allard brought his vintage modified. It's beautiful, right over here in the corner. In the shade. Come on down. Bring your car. Bring your camera. I'm telling you, this is happening. Dale Legas Jr.'s Mid-Am's got the Chevy Camaro body on there now. Pagan Ellison brought her orange. Is it an orange blossom or is it a orange? It's not the orange blossom special. Can't call it that. I think it's called the Clementine. That's what I call it. Yeah. She has her Bandolero here. Ryan Farrell brought his super late model. It's racing at the Milwaukee Mile on Sunday, June 19th. Courtney Atkinson and her Hall of Fame dad, Al, is here. She raced at Wilmot Raceway in the street stocks. Natalie Klemko is here with her wingless car. Jordan Paulson's here with his wingless car. Tyler Davis is in the house. He brought his winged 360 MSA Sprint car down to display. Want to thank Chris Carlson as well for bringing down his modified. Beautiful. Dirt modified. Wes Ecker brought his 29 Ford. Mark Goodman brought his 78 Pinto. Roger Burnt brought his 55 Ford, and Bobby G has his 58 Impala here. So thanks, guys, for bringing your cars down and showing off here on the lawn at the Cellar. This is the Oak Creek Automotive sponsored road show. D'Angelo's Construction Road Show presented by Oak Creek Automotive in Oak Creek at the Cellar. 812 West Oakwood Road. Come on down and join the racing crowd. Lots more to come, including a preview of Road America's IndyCar Weekend coming up next on the show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express, moving and storage, will improve your move. BlueMountainExpress.com, we will improve your move. Statewide.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Milwaukee Mile of Wisconsin State Fair Park roars back to life Father's Day Sunday, June 19, as Track Enterprises presents the ARCA Midwest Tour. See the nation's top drivers with the best super late model stars in the Father's Day 100, presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. Upper Midwest Vintage Cars, Midwest Trucks, and Mid-Am Stock Cars will also be in action. Tickets available online at TrackEnterprises.com or at the gate on race day. For complete details, go to TrackEnterprises.com. Racing returns to Milwaukee Sunday, June 19th.
The Brew City Banger Drifting event is this Saturday, June 11th at the Milwaukee Mile. It has grown into one of the biggest drifting spectator events in Wisconsin, featuring 80 cars drifting side by side, a huge car show of modified cars, space for thousands of spectators, and a special guest appearance by singer T-Pain drifting his high horsepower RTR Mustang. That's this Saturday at the Milwaukee Mile. It's a long, full day of racing. Check it out. We'll tell you more about it here on the program in a few moments. As an added bonus, if you mention the Racing Roundup Show at the Brew City Banger Drifting event this Saturday, go to the Track Day Direct booth. you'll receive 25% off the event t-shirt. If you're into cars, this Saturday, Brew City Banger is an event you cannot miss. This portion of the show is brought to you by Allied Resource Recovery. Turn your recyclable metals into cash today at ARR. They have 3 locations. ARR West Allis at 80th and Burnham. ARR Waukesha Recycling is at 1001 Tesh Court. And you can cash in at National Salvage on South 44th Street across from where the Milwaukee Brewers play. Visit AlliedResourceRecovery.com for more information. The NASCAR report. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world of NASCAR. And I'm telling you, when it comes to racing, they got a lot in. The Interstate Batteries NASCAR report, for 30 years, they sponsored Joe Gibbs Racing. They are involved in a big way. We actually have one of their helmets for Kyle Busch sitting right here in front of us on the show. And when it comes to the Interstate Batteries NASCAR report, we're going to talk about Ross Chastain, don't we? Ross Chastain was not the favorite for some and certainly has the ire of others, as he said flat out, hey, man, I hit a lot of guys over the weekend. I feel bad, and they're going to pay me back. Well, yeah, they are going to pay you back. Sorry about that, pal. It's going to take a while. The Interstate Batteries NASCAR report also features a great run to the finish between 2 drivers racing for the win for the first time at Gateway. Waterloo Technology Raceway in St. Louis had their first ever Cup race. It was sold out. It was a great race. It came down to a couple of overtimes, and Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, who could outrun who into the corners. Turns out Kyle Busch slid high on the last restart from the outside of the front row. Logano stayed low, got the lead, and out front in overtime, Joey Logano went on to win another inaugural NASCAR race. He entered turn 3 low and won his second race of the year. Kyle Busch had to hang out for second. Kurt Busch third. Ryan Blaney and Eric Almirola had good runs, finishing 3rd through 5th. 9 different leaders at St. Louis. I didn't think that was possible. Great racing throughout the race, including first-time pole sitter Chase Briscoe. Michael McDowell led the most laps he's ever led in a race. Congrats to Zane Smith for finishing 17th in his Cup debut in place of Chris Buescher due to COVID protocols. Menominee Falls resident Josh Blicky finished 33rd on the lead lap. It was a great success all the way around, I'd say. Looking forward to seeing NASCAR back in the Midwest. NASCAR Cup first time at Gateway. Corey Heim bagged $50,000 by winning Saturday's NASCAR Truck Series race at Worldwide Technology Raceway in St. Louis. Right place, right time for Heim. He was running third when the caution came out, forcing the race into overtime. Restart leader Christian Eckes and second place running Derek Cross from Stratford, Wisconsin. Both chose the outside line. Heim took the inside line, thank you very much, with his KBM teammate Chandler Smith behind him. Heim fired off with Smith's help and went on to win. Nacita, Wisconsin's Johnny Sauter finished 5th and scored his second top 5 finish in just 3 races this season, this time in the number 13 Thor Sport Tundra. Kraus ended up a disappointing 7th after his last lap contact with Carson Hocevar's truck in turn 2. Hocevar, who intends on racing with Kraus in the July 12th Slinger Nationals, was transported to a local hospital with a possible leg injury. And keep your eye on Georgia teenager and late model hot shoe Jake Garcia. He made his Truck Series debut as Kraus's teammate. He finished 29th and has loads of talent, looking for him to do good things. And Seymour, Wisconsin's Ty Majeski looking for another top 5. He qualified 8th, but unfortunately finished the race on Saturday in 32nd. At a rain-soaked Portland Raceway in Oregon, A.J. Allmendinger somehow, someway won the race. He had to start in the back because he said literally they made 31 changes to the car after impound. Started in the back. He said, I spun out before the race even got to the green flag. He went up the track 4 more times, and somehow the Dinger won in what he called the craziest race win he's ever had. It was a wild adventure for all the drivers managing the wet and partially dry road course. Franklin, Wisconsin's Sam Mayer started 4th, but was the first car out due to an accident 12 laps in. California's Sonoma Raceway Road Course welcomes the Truck Series, ARCA Menard Series West, and the Cup Stars this Sunday. It's the last weekend. All races will be on Fox or FS1. I'll be in the booth live for the MAV TV coverage of the ARCA Menard Series race at Iowa Speedway. That's coming up this Saturday night, live on MAV TV. Looking forward to that. Point leader currently is Rajah Caruth. He's added 3 more Truck Series races after his 11th place debut this past Saturday at Gateway. Those of you with Spire Motorsports, looking forward to that, as Saturday is also Rajah's 20th birthday. And Iowa native Sammy Smith turned 18 finally. So looking for Sammy Smith to run the rest of the ARCA Menard Series races, and looking for the big track stuff for him now that he is old enough. We're excited to have you here on the program. We're excited to be here tonight again. This is the Cellar. We are at 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. We have a lot to discuss, including Road America this weekend. The Road America weekend, it's big. It's going to be exciting. The Sancio Grand Prix presented by AMR IndyCar Weekend is here, and so is a Wisconsin aspiring IndyCar driver now in Oconomowoc racing with Pabst Racing. Well, let's go welcome in the driver, that number 18. Number 18 is the number on the car you'll see all weekend long. He is racing Indy Pro 2000. Let's welcome in Yuvan Sundarmurthy. Yuvan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
We had this lined up for a while now, and it's race week for you at now your home track again, Road America. How stoked are you for this opportunity this weekend?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be back here. It's been a year, and last year didn't go too hot, so really hoping to kind of do a lot better this year, and got a bunch of people coming now that COVID's finally fully settled off. So it's going to be great to have a full Wisconsin crowd.
Let's talk about a little bit of the success you had. Come on now. You won the pole position on the Cooper Tires hats you're going to give away tonight. Where did that happen?
Yeah, last year was a really great year for us. 4 wins, 6 poles, and third in the championship. I think it should have been first in the championship, but had to settle with third.
YuvenRacing.com is your website. People can find out a lot what's going on there. I looked on it today, and you truly are on the road to Indy ladder. You ran USF Formula 1600 for 2 seasons, 5 wins, 20 podiums there. Then the USF 2000, where you got really comfortable and had that success. Then you ran out of the country for a year, 2020?
Yeah, so there obviously you can't really race in the north of the U.S. in the winter, so had a nice series called MRF open up in the Middle East and India, so
wow.
It was a good experience for me. Yeah.
That's not the first time you've been overseas, though. You used to live other places too, right?
Yeah, I used to live in China. That's actually where I started racing.
Wow. What'd you race there?
Just go-karts. I didn't actually compete. I just kind of drove them, kind of learned. My coach only spoke Chinese, so it was an interesting experience.
How did that go? Because you don't sound like you speak any Chinese.
Oh, I'm fluent in Chinese. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you had to be?
I lived there for 6 years, yeah. So.
All right. Well, you sound like you don't. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm going to take you with me wherever I go if there happens to be someone I need to have translating. How exciting is that for you, knowing that you've got international experience and it's all coming to play here at Pabst Racing's home track and now your home track?
Yeah, it was completely coincidental that when we found out that all the Pabst guys are from Oconomowoc, where I was born. So it was really cool thing when we found it out, and completely coincidental.
So if you heard the name Pabst Racing, you obviously know the name Augie Pabst. Augie Pabst is now in his 80s, I'm going to say. He's been a famous driver for years and years and years. Augie is his grandson now, right? Taking over the operation? Or son?
Augie's son.
Augie's son, Augie Pabst III now, right? He's your boss. He's in Oconomowoc. Pabst Racing is there. What's all in the shop for you to play with? Because you actually were with that team when you ran the USF 2000 last year, right?
Yeah, exactly. I love the team. It's really a family there at Pabst. So to be able to drive for a Wisconsin team, and especially with the race at Wisconsin, obviously this weekend, it's really a special thing.
Now racing an Indy Pro 2000, we're hanging out with Yuven Sundarmurthy, and I'm telling you, Yuven, you've got a lot going on. You got a schedule this weekend that's crazy. You probably have friends and family because you're a student at University of Wisconsin-Madison, so I'm sure some of your guys are popping over, right?
Yeah, definitely bringing a couple guys.
And I got to tell you, if you ever did Formula SAE in college, you might want Yuven as your teammate now. If you're going to Madison, good luck, because Yuven's part of the Formula SAE team. How much are they relying upon you and your expertise? You're a computer science major, and you're helping college kids figure out how to do a race car that you've been, pretty much been around your entire life.
Yeah, actually, they've taught me quite a bit, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've definitely learned my fair share from the team, and it's cool to kind of share experience from different aspects of racing than they've understood, and then also to learn the engineering side of it, too.
And when it comes to getting that accomplished, that takes a lot of effort by a lot of people. What's your role now in the Formula SAE build, or was?
Yeah, so it's obviously a big task, and spent a lot of time on the team. We had one competition a couple weeks ago in Michigan, and then we've got another one coming up next week, actually. So I kind of float around, like working on understanding the vehicle dynamics side of the car, and also a little bit of the powertrain, a little bit of the chassis, kind of everything.
Sounds good. Sounds cool. Sounds like, hey, if I get to do something fun, it's going to be with a race car at UW-Madison. That's kind of neat too. You've got a schedule this weekend. I've got some things pointed out here, but you said you just got the update. Your schedule changed slightly, but this weekend there is IndyCar, Indy Lights, USF 2000, Radical Cup, and Indy Pro 2000, all racing at this weekend. That's a lot. You better be on your game, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it makes it a little bit nicer because we get a decent amount of break between sessions. Otherwise, we'd be one after the other. So. Yeah, it's definitely a cool experience to be able to be at the same track as IndyCar during each weekend, and it really makes a cool show. Just I get to do my race and then settle down after my race is over and watch the IndyCar guys.
Is every one of your race weekends a double race weekend like it will be this weekend at Road America?
It's either 2 or 3,
oh, wow.
Except for the ovals. So we do 2 ovals each year, and those are one. We just had the one at IRP, and then we also have one at Gateway St. Louis later in the year.
All right, Gateway will be a little more challenge. Gateway's a flat mile and a quarter. IRP is a flat, big half mile. How much is that a fun challenge for you and something that helps you build your schedule? Because someday you want to be racing with the IndyCar guys that race on ovals and road courses.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for Gateway. I've never driven there. The biggest oval I have driven on previously is IRP, so I'm really excited. I think the cars go like 150, 155 through the whole lap, so it'll be an interesting experience.
All right, hanging on. We're looking at Yuvan's schedule. Yuvan Sundaramurthy is joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show. This weekend, the NTT IndyCar Series Sancio Grand Prix, presented by AMR, starts Thursday already. You're on track at 10 in the morning. What time you getting there?
Yeah, I'll be there probably tomorrow night. I'll probably head to the track and then kind of get to the track at 7 a.m. every morning and be with the team.
And those are officially tests, right? You have a 10 o'clock session and a 2 o'clock session. So how many lap times are you going to get in there? How much is important to build on what you need to list off first on that schedule?
Yeah, I'm yet to drive the Road America in this car, so it'll definitely be useful to use those tests to kind of learn the track, learn how this car reacts on the track, and hopefully we have some pace.
Officially practice for you 8:45 a.m. on Friday, so go to the gearbox, get yourself a nice sandwich for breakfast, and then you got to be in the car lined up at 8:45. And on the fall sprint again at 11:15 for qualifying. Do you know how the qualifying session is going to work for you guys at 11:15 on Friday?
Yeah, it's. I think we have 2 qualifying sessions. So the first one sets race 1, and the second one sets race 2. So,
all right.
Really short qualifying sessions, 20 minutes. So if red flag comes out, it's a bit of a struggle to get the laps in, especially with how long the laps are at Road America. So definitely gotta stay focused and get that lap in early.
A couple of other things to note. There are other divisions racing at Road America this weekend. As we say, this is the Road America preview of IndyCar. They just had bikes there this past weekend on a glorious weekend. A little bit of wet there, too. But this weekend at Road America, you can still get tickets at roadamerica.com. The NTT IndyCar Series autograph session, they have a 1-hour session every weekend. That's actually going to take place on Friday at 2 o'clock, followed by IndyCar practice at 3:30. So after Yuvan ends up in his Q1 at 11:15, he's going to put on his hat, look like the rest of us, and go in the autograph line, I'm guessing, at 2 o'clock, right? You do that? You get autographs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all right there. It's free. It's for an hour.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, 2 o'clock, and they go practice at 3:30. The Radical Cup, I have not seen them at Road America yet. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Vintage Indy cars are there as well this weekend. I'm looking through your schedule, pal. Saturday, another busy day, crack of dawn. Make sure those eggs are nice and warmed up at the gearbox at 8 a.m. You're on track again. You like early morning runs?
Not at all.
Why not?
I'm not an early morning guy. I like to wake up at around 1 p.m., kind of get the day started.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Yuvan. Saturday, I want to tell you a couple more things to point out. 12:45 is when Indy cars will qualify, including the Firestone Fast 6. As soon as they're done melting rubber to the racetrack, guess what? Race time for you guys. Race number 1 Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it'll be interesting with new IndyCar rubber down. It'll be a big change from qualifying from the practices, so have to adjust, but car's been pretty good through the year with that, so hopefully we can drive forward, or hopefully we qualify up front and don't need to.
Yuvan Sundaramurthy is joining us here on the show. Drives for Pabst Racing out of Oconomowoc. A couple more things to point out on the schedule. IndyCar's final practice is Saturday afternoon at 4:20 at Road America this weekend. Vintage IndyCars also will exercise throughout the weekend, including end of day each day. 6:10, I guess, is when they're going to get on the track on Saturday. Sunday, big day. Gates open at 7 a.m. every day. And guess what? The first thing you hear, Yuvan warming up his race car. You get to go to the false grid, or they present the car and you step in it. How does that work?
Yeah, it's going to drive up to the false grid and then do the 1 lap around and then get the green.
All right, formation laps at 8:26. I'm trying to be time certain here. IndyCar is very specific. Public karting's there all weekend. Indy Lights races at 9:40 a.m. And here's the big deal. Yuvan's race is at 8:25. The IndyCar race is at 11:45 a.m. on Sunday. So make sure you get there in plenty of time. Make sure you get the traffic pattern down. Make sure you get in there. The gates open at 7 a.m. Get your spot, because at 8 a.m., 8:25 is when the green flag goes for race 2 for Yuvan's race, the Indy Pro 2000. And then at 11:45 a.m., you'll already see the Indy Lights race and the IndyCar Series race at 11:45 a.m. Wind down with the Radical Cup, race number 3. And Yuvan, I'm guessing, because there's guys, there's drivers that are on the same rung ladder platform you are. They're all playing here this weekend. How do you network? How do you find time? How do you build those relationships that potentially could get you an Indy Lights when you're ready and then into an IndyCar?
Yeah, that's what we've been working on. I mean, racing's all about money, as many people would kind of hear, right? But it becomes really really everything, especially later on into your career, because as you get higher up the ladder, it gets more and more expensive. So it's just really important to kind of network, and I've been trying to talk with Wisconsin-based companies and stuff like that to try and keep the wins in Wisconsin, but still got to make some more progress there.
You know what? It's important because Jockey brand is sponsoring the NASCAR Xfinity Cup Series race. They're partnered with Quick Trip, another Wisconsin-based company. Sam Mayer, who raced karts at Badger Kart Club and now is racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, just put out a paint scheme today. Jockey is on his race car. Quick Trip is on his race car. That all makes sense. Palermo's and the Scream Sicilian Pizza, that's been on Josh Blicky's Cup car and Xfinity car. That was actually on an Indy car. Santino Ferrucci had it at Indy. So I'm sure you're paying close attention to all that, trying to make sure they're aware this is a good place to be. But it's also going to be pretty difficult at times, isn't it, trying to get that kind of funding to go racing?
Yeah, that's for sure, especially because we don't have that great TV coverage in the series. So it's a lot easier in NASCAR when the Truck Series is on NBC Sports to kind of broadcast that and tell companies, oh, you'll get TV time. But
are you inspired at all, Yuvan, by what you see behind us on the grass here? A bunch of stock cars, a bunch of dirt cars. Would you try something like that? Or
I've done a couple ARCA sessions, and I really wanted to do some Truck Series races, but again, it came down to money. So
okay.
If we can get some funding in the future, I'd love to kind of get out on the ovals and do some NASCAR stuff.
It would be cool to do that, wouldn't it? I mean, opportunity is everything. If a sponsor says, hey, we want you to try professional fishing for a year, then we'll go to IndyCar racing, I'm guessing you'd probably be pretty happy with the poll going, okay, this is what I got to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where can we find you on social? Where can we find out more about Yuvan Sundaramurthy and what you
sponsor?
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Pilecki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
This is America's longest-running weekly motorsports program, held in front of a live audience. Stay up to speed on the Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Thanks for joining us for the Racing Roundup Show. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500 and NASCAR at the track. You see him on MAV TV's live coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl and the ARCA Menard Series. the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey, gang, how are you? Thanks again for being part of our great road show. Thanks to D'Angelo's Construction and Oak Creek Automotive for their sponsorship of tonight's show. D'Angelo's Construction is a racing family business serving Milwaukee since 1982 with their trucking, snow plowing, and expert concrete work. They lay only the best commercial and residential concrete and will work with you to make your designs and ideas come to life, including stamped concrete and decorative displays. Go online now to D'AngelosConstructionLLC.com. This portion of our Racing Roundup show live at the Cellar in Oak Creek is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts in Random Lake. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page. Search BMRE Electric Carts Company. Memorial races have been